You know, money is tight for a lot of musicians. So when you have a little bit of money that you want to spend, you want to make sure that you spend it right. Bobby Borg here, your music business coach with short, no BS advice that can help you turn your passion for music into a more successful business. I recently Zoomed with indie artist Zana Messia about useful ways that musicians can invest in themselves. Here's her question, and here's my answer.
Okay, so Bobby, what are the 5 best ways musicians should invest in themselves?
Okay, a really, really good question, because obviously for a lot of independent musicians, money is tight. So assuming that actually you first and foremost have spent some time, maybe with even a songwriting consultant at actually getting your songs together, then working with the producer and making sure that your record is really well done and mixed and mastered, and then making sure that you've worked with a videographer to maybe get a couple different versions of maybe even one song on video, and then also working with a photographer to make sure that you have really, really good visual images of yourself. So assuming that you've done all of that stuff, and including like distribution and paying for distribution, I'm going to talk maybe about some of the things other people don't really think about. And I would like to do them in reverse, okay? So number 5, I would say have a record release party. Invest in blowing up the release of your record with a live performance where you're face to face with people, eye to eye, and you can actually show what you can do, live. I would pay for a light person, I'd pay for a sound person, and I would pay for alcohol, meaning I would invite a couple really important people, maybe a local blogger, maybe a local radio person, maybe a local music supervision person, maybe a local manager. And I would just say, hey, we'd really like to have you come out and see our show, and and we'll cover your bar tab while you're at it. Doing this could actually lead to a lot of different promotion down the line. It could lead to repeated plays on radio, repeated mentions in blogs or certain magazines, maybe even some music sync placements, which can actually bring in some money. So I think this is a really, really good bang for the buck, and it shows people that you're more than just a bedroom artist. You can actually deliver the goods live as well. Okay, so that would be number 5. Number 4 would be investing in music sync placement. And specifically what I'm talking about is maybe utilizing companies like Taxi, where you pay a membership fee yearly, and then you pay per submission for the listings that they send out to you, listings that will help you get on film, television, video games. And it's not guaranteed when you submit your music to a Taxi that they are going to forward you to these other organizations, but it does give you an opportunity to maybe connect with people that you normally may have not even known, were looking for music. And it also gives you an opportunity to get some feedback from the screeners at Taxi as well. So they're going to tell you what they think of your music and how you can make it better, so that maybe the next time around you'll have a better shot. Okay, so definitely number 4 would be music placement services like Taxi. Number 3 would be advertising. So I definitely think that advertising in today's social media world, where there's literally everyone and their mom trying to sell their music, it's too overcrowded, and organic reach is just very, very difficult these days. So maybe paying to get your music in front of a target audience might provide the opportunity where you get some eyeballs, and then those people become interested in you and they say true fans, and then you just keep on growing that and growing that and growing that. Maybe Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, maybe Google AdWord advertising, and specifically do it around the release of a record, so that you put all your bang for the buck around the release of a single or record, so that maybe it spikes the algorithms, and maybe something will happen from there. So that would be number 3. Number 2 might be to invest in some maybe sort of social media assistant. And there's ways you can do this. I mean, you can go on Fiverr and you can hire people for very cheap, or you can actually go to a local college where someone's studying social media marketing or something, and they're willing to work for very less. And I'm not talking about replacing you or pretending to be you, but just somebody that can assist in the mundane tasks associated with basically social media, maybe making some graphics for you, or maybe even making thumbnails for your YouTube videos, or whatever the case is, having a little bit of extra help so that, you can put your time and energy into things that are really the more important, or where your true talents lie, I think also would be a good investment. So number 2 would be maybe investing in a social media assistant. And then finally, number 1, and the one that usually everybody is the most excited about and puts all their energy into, is playlist promotion. And besides all the other organic things that you should be doing by yourself, perhaps you might think about using services like Submit Hub or Playlist Push as maybe a way to try to get your music in front of playlisters and bloggers who might then consider putting you onto their playlist. So I'm not talking about paying to be on playlists. I'm talking about maybe paying a service to put your music in front of the curators that decide whether or not they're going to put your music on playlists. Now, a lot of people have had difficulty with these 2 companies, and they haven't had the results that they wanted. But I do know people that basically have used the service and actually have been successful with using these 2 companies. So, who knows, maybe they are for you.
If you want to learn more about how you can turn your passion for music into a more successful business, be sure to check out this video or the video linked in the description below. Peace!